You know, we are still talking about trains, right? We are still talking about old turn-of-the-century technology, correct? But with that good, stop. There's no good there. We really, truly believe. We have high confidence. Yeah, maybe shoulder shrug, bob some head, still could be. But with the good times comes a bit of bad. The city is now conceding that the United Streetcar's next 3 vehicles won't be delivered anytime soon. And we're not getting our vehicles until Portland gets their vehicles. You know, we should have leadership that has enough courage to stand up and say, this is a joke. That's fantastic that you're getting all this business downtown and they're opening shop and we have all these great restaurants and blah, 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 blah. That's all fine and dandy. And yeah, I know we've done all the streetcar work, but again, let's go back and look at what else we can do with those stupid trolley tracks you put in and just call it a day on the streetcar. Those businesses will survive and do just as well, if not better. I do not buy into this nonsense that they just went in because of the stupid streetcar. If you're a private business owner and a restaurant that decided to develop downtown, are you really, really, truly telling me that you are smart enough to run your own business or open your own restaurant, that you are business savvy enough to do that, which is no easy feat, but yet you lack the common sense that says this streetcar is going to provide some kind of big economic prosperity to your business because people are going to be riding it in droves to come to your business? It's going to hinder downtown traffic. They're going to end up shutting down those 4 miles eventually when the streetcar arrives. I guarantee it's going to happen because they're never going to be able to get the ridership that they anticipate. It's going to suck a bunch of money out of the general fund. This idea being put forward that we should have a business district where all those businesses that went in downtown after they've decided to invest and spend all their money downtown, that we should go and ask them to pitch in more to cover the operating costs for this thing. If we had any kind of leadership that was courageous enough to stand up and say, you know what, guys, we should really take a serious, hard look at this streetcar. We're not getting them anytime soon. The construction work I know is done, but you know what? We just simply can't afford it. Let's go and do that. Huge kudos to whoever. I mean, what does it hurt to even pose the question? I mean, that's really to me the biggest thing. You know, Cunningham, Cunningham's pretty much the only guy on the city council that I think would have the courage to do that. And that's not saying a lot. I don't trust any of the other council members to go and step up and to suggest this idea. I certainly don't trust Kozaczek, who's apparently afraid of a write-in candidate. I've got an email blast. Will they find a write-in candidate, ? And then he goes and talks about how great he thinks he is. We'll get to that coming up. And I've mentioned this before. I think the reason is you won't see any members of our local leadership step up and say that is because they're afraid to find out what the answer is. And anybody who steps up to do that is going to be told to shut up by everybody else because they don't want to go down that road. The most recent schedule for Portland to receive its 3rd vehicle is May 16th, which didn't happen. The 4th on June 6th, which also didn't happen. The 5th on June 14th, with all 5 streetcars in service by July 12th. But now the city says it won't receive its 3rd vehicle from United Streetcar until the week of June 24th. Its 4th vehicle by the week of June 29th, and its 5th by August 26th. We're not getting ours in August. Based on those schedules, the final streetcar wouldn't enter service until the week of September 9th, just shy of 1 year that Portland's $148 million East Side streetcar line opened up. Under the city's contract with United Streetcar, each vehicle that was supposed to be put in service in 2012, for each day the streetcar is late, Portland could charge United Streetcar damages of $300. By the way, what did we do with that? Did we begin charging on any of that? Do you guys know? I don't think that we did. Nope. We're not getting them anytime soon. Hey, look, that's great that we have all this downtown development. But I don't buy this for a second that they all went and did the development just because of the stupid streetcar. I just don't. I think they saw opportunities. I think the city and the partnership downtown actually did a decent job of inviting businesses there. They know there's money to be made off the university. There was a bit of revitalization going on that cannot be denied. It cannot be denied. But I do not buy into this idea that these business owners who are so savvy enough to actually be private business owners are really thinking that the modern streetcar is going to be this big economic boon. I just don't see it. I think they saw some other entities going in downtown. I know we have some boutique hotels that are popping up. And I think that's partly to do with the fact that you got a place like the Aloft that's over there by the U of A on Speedway and Campbell, right? If you haven't been, they're actually pretty cool little hotels, and you have a built-in patronage there with the University of Arizona, but I just don't buy it. 751-1041. All right, you want to hear a funny one? This is funny. This is a hoot. You're gonna love this. Okay. So, remember the Barrio West, right? That was the neighborhood over by the El Rio Golf Course. A handful of individuals pitched a hissy fit when Regina Romero entertained the idea of Grand Canyon University setting up shop, right? $500 million potentially over 5 years of economic development. 1,000 jobs, well-paying jobs, 60,000, right? Cheaper university degree available than the other institutions locally. And a couple of individuals said, no, we don't want it. They're Christian. And they freaked out, right? You're going to love this. Attempts to revitalize Barrio Hollywood on Tucson's west side have recently included a proposal to build the Grand Canyon University satellite campus. Even though organizers rallied and shut down the project, part of the plan was further revealed yesterday with the presentation of the master plan for Joaquin Murrieta Park at the El Rio Neighborhood Center. Remember, this was the park that Miguel Ortega, who complained about the Grand Canyon University, says, can you imagine seeing people driving around in fancy cars with out-of-state license plates? Can you imagine people at Joaquin Murrieta Park looking at nice green grass elsewhere? So much envy and jealousy. With the GCU project now shelved and plans for the city's public golf courses still very much in the air, residents living in the Barrio Hollywood area are now focused on a project they say will benefit everyone in the community. You see, they want to build up the park. They want to fix the park. Okay? It's a worthy idea. One of the architects of the project, Donald McGann, says the master plan involved not just improving the park, but also keeping the community's history in mind. The park is worn, it's a little tattered, kind of run down, and so a facelift and new improvements and facilities to support that historic use of the park is important. Remember, the community that turned down a bunch of economic impact with this Grand Canyon University now wants to see their park revitalized. There's one little nugget of this I have not shared with you yet. You're going to love this. I'll share it with you coming up on the John Justice Show. It's 104.1 The Truth, Right Talk for Tucson.